morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne, thanks for tuning in. Ether, Bitcoin, cryptos maintaining support. I'm looking at the charts here. It's looking good, looking healthy. It's on ups and downs. I see the markets are getting hit a little bit, the traditional fiat markets. But, you know, Bitcoin looking strong. We're going to be talking about that today. Shout out to the boomers out there in the population of the chat box. Make sure you're touching the buttons, the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned in to the good ones we spread every single day here. Kaboom. Indeed. I was looking here online and I was, this morning and yesterday, I came across some videos saying that some crypto influencers, some crypto YouTubers, including, I think it was Ivan on Tech and some others, received some strikes. Seems like it's happening again. You know, the champ was part of that purge last month. Then I got reinstated. So let's see if they try to attack us with the shadow bans. Guys, at this point, I've let you guys know, guys, YouTube, come on. We need to have alternatives. And I'll continue to post here on YouTube, but there's alternatives, guys. And that's why I continue to shout out dlive.tv/champagne crypto, because it's a great alternative to the cucks here at YouTube. And not the listeners or viewers. I'm talking about the people that are running the show, the algos and the head of the beast out here. Google, the Alphabet, and the rest of the entities. Shout out to the concurrent viewers. But yeah, you know, I'm not sure what's really going on. I just seen some of the headlines. I checked out Crypto's news video yesterday. And he was the one that kind of broke the news. I don't know what's going on. Luckily, I'm not impacted. But you never know. In the past, we were impacted. So, you know, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Again, this is important for everybody to note. You got to have an alternative, okay? You have to have an alternative. I understand that YouTube's where, you know, the majority of people are congregating. But like I've said before, it's 2020. It's time for clear vision. And you never know, guys. You know, this thing is not going to last forever. So you got to start building, or not even building your community. For a lot of these people, it's just about moving the herd to another location, to a new venue. And that's it. So that being said, you know, I think I'm going to have to do a little D-Live very soon. It's about a week that I haven't posted. And, you know, just because YouTube's acting funny, we got to go hard on there. And don't give them all the juice. Don't give them all the juice. Although, you know, they have the majority of the viewers, and, you know, they got a model where you can get paid through advertisements. You know, just don't depend on it. If you're a content creator, don't depend on the tubes. You can't depend on it. You have to build and move your community other places. So, I mean, if you build a community here on YouTube, you probably should be thinking about how you can move the venue. You know, continue posting on YouTube if they allow you. Use it for what it's worth. But you know, that's what's going on out there. So, you know, that's important. So I don't know exactly why. Some people are speculating it's because of links, because of promotions. I really don't know. And I think most people don't know even how the algorithms work. I bet you that most people, even that work at Google, they don't even understand all the bells and whistles of these algorithms. I'm sure most of them, you know, they're kind of operating on their own. Maybe. Coronavirus hitting Italy hard. You know, I was thinking about it. You know, it seems like just over this weekend, that coronavirus thing started coming back into the forefront. But it was like a week or two. I didn't hear nothing about it. You know, it got scary for a second, and then it went, you know, it went silent. Now Italy's going hard. You know, I don't even care about the coronavirus. You know, hopefully, you know, it's contained or whatever, but I'm not focusing on it, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to continue doing what I got to do and stay healthy. That's all we could do. You know, what are you going to do? Stay inside your house and be freaked out for the rest of your life? Because that's what they want out of you. So, you know, it is what it is. Shout out to Zilla, Thai City, Rafterman, and the rest of the boomers out there. Ether, Bitcoin, and cryptos maintaining support. No crazy news out here. I'm seeing that, you know, Warren Buffett's denying that he's got Bitcoins, although Justin Sun said that he gave him some, and I think he even posted the address publicly so that you could see where, you know, track that. But besides that, it seems like the cryptos are maintaining support. Let's check out the price line here, the charts, see how healthy the mathematics are as the rest of the boomers tune into the box. Let me turn off these coins, share my screen, hit refresh, kaboom, kaboom. Hit refresh. Okay, here we are. 9,700 here on TradingView on Coinbase. Let's look at the 5-day chart. So get a perspective. We're basically trading sideways. This is sideways trading for about 4 days now. We were above 10,000. This was the sell-off, and ever since the sell-off occurred, we've basically been trading sideways. We peaked over 10,000 earlier this morning for a moment, but again there was a sell-off, and again we're seems like that support is around 96, 97, 95. At one point it dropped on that sell-off all the way down to 92, but let's say it's somewhere around 95. So far so good. Shout out to Punish GT. I see you out there. Let's look at the math over there on CoinMarketCap. See how healthy things are looking. Bitcoin there at 97.30, market cap at 282. Guys, it shows me that the markets seem to just settle down, and then all of a sudden you'll see just one big move. And those big moves to me are the market makers, the whales that are actually swaying the markets left or right. And then when they're not actively participating, it's kind of like you just get sideways trading. This is not a bad thing, okay? I mean, the price is good, it's above 9K. It's certainly above 7,000, and that's where we started the year of. So, so far so good. I continue to believe that we will go up more as we approach the halving. I don't know how much, but I'm looking at maybe topping off at 12,000 somewhere about a month before the halving. So we're getting close. All these price predictions of it going to, all-time highs, while it's still obviously a possibility, I'm not entirely convinced. And I've been saying this for a while. Maybe a year ago, I thought that, it was possible to hit all-time highs with the halving, but as the year ended on 2019, we approached 2020, I started changing my predictions. And we are where we're at right now. And I'm thinking we'll probably top off at around 12K. I want to make it clear, I'm not an investment advisor. I don't know anything when it comes to crypto. It's just my opinion. Okay, guys? So, keep it to 1,000. I don't know. I mean, it can go. And nobody, let me repeat this. Nobody here knows. Let me adjust that thumbnail. Nobody here knows. Even your favorite tubers, which is probably, listening to the champ. But, no one knows. So, keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and run down the prices here. Bitcoin 97.30, Ether. Are we refreshed? Ether at 269. Ether's got room to grow. That's all I got to say. Ether has got room to grow. Shout out to Jojo. I see you, Jojo. Ripple there at 27. Cash at 380. SV at 280. Litecoin at 75. EOS at 412. Binance at 22. Tezos 317. Cardano 5. Almost 6. Stellar at 7. Monero at 81. Chainlink at 401. Chainlink dropping in the rankings a little bit. Chainlink almost touched number 10. But then now it's getting a pullback. And then you got Tron, which is dropping in the rankings. I said it as soon as it dropped out of the top 10. I said, will we ever see Tron in the top 10 again? And I don't know. I would say probably not. Although I do like some of the moves that Justin Sun makes. But just because I like those moves doesn't mean that it's going to correlate to a positive price with Tron. I'm certainly not holding Tron, to keep it 1,000 with you. I did share a video about Justin Tron. We might as well just call him Justin Tron. Yeah, I shared Justin Tron's video where he shares some of the insights that he received during the Warren Buffett lunch, and I also shared the video with him talking about what the future of the Steemit Incorporated will be with Ned Scott. So I like his moves, but that doesn't mean that the price of Tron's going to move up, And I also came across an article where it was revealed, and I should have known this because he used to work at Ripple, that he's holding bags of Ripple. So you know how I feel about the Rips, guys, straight garbage bags. But that doesn't mean that the price may not go up. It's the same way I feel about SV, straight garbage bags, but it shot up. So don't let your emotions get in the way of what may happen. Drop a comment here. Let me know what's shaking and baking. We got 12 concurrent viewers. I hope everybody had an excellent weekend. And during the weekend, we didn't really see much price action, to be honest with you. I'm seeing It looks like the main headlines here is just Buffett denying that he has any Bitcoin. Although Justin Tron, he posted the public address of the so-called Bitcoin that he gave Buffett. I think you could track that. So maybe Buffett gave it to someone else. Buffett doesn't need an extra Bitcoin. You got plenty of assets. I would assume he's got plenty of assets. I would assume. Let me go ahead and run down some headlines. So those headlines is just like I said. A coronavirus poses threat. So we're back with the coronavirus this week. It looks like since Italy or some other countries got hit, now they're back in the news. I'm not really going to pay attention to it, guys. Until I personally hear of a friend got coronavirus, which I 1,000% deny. I don't think it's going to happen. But unless it's something like that, unless it's degree separation from the champ himself, I'm not going to pay attention to it, guys. I don't pay attention to the mainstream news for the most part. I'll give it a look, a little sweep, a cursory glance. But, I've seen SARS, I've seen swine flu. I've heard it all, guys. Whatever happened to the hole in the ozone? How about that one? Could someone tell me about what happened to the hole in the ozone? I thought we were going to get cancer. Whatever happened to that? It's gone. Some of these things, by next month, who knows? This one may be gone and it'll be a new scare out there. There's always a scare. There's always a scare, guys. There's always a scare. And I think that's, comes along with media. It's easier to sell fear than it is hope. Or is it? I don't know. I think both should sell. Hope sells as well. Don't get me wrong. Hope sells as well. But it's easy to sell. It's easy to trigger people to act with fear. That's the thing. And that's what it is. It may be real. It obviously is to a certain extent, but I'm more worried about getting hit by a drunk driver. Those are the things. I'm more worried about the chemicals they throw in the water. You guys should be worrying about the fluoride. You should be worried about the plastics. Okay, those things could pose more of a threat to you than these flus. Something to consider. Get yourself a water filter, guys. I keep telling you guys, get yourself a water filter. Start with the clean water. Start with cleaning yourself. Don't worry about the mainstream news. I'm sure there's threats out there, but worry about your own circumference, your own cipher, your own surrounding. Ripple's on fire, says Thai City. Is it? I mean, I don't know. It's down 2%. Look, as much as I trash Ripple, I always am honest. Ripple has a large difference between its all-time high and its current price. Okay? So, if you told me, and I've said this a few times, champ, Ripple just shot up to $1.50, $1, champ. Do you believe it? I'll say, yeah, I believe it. So what? That being said, maybe that's why Justin Tron's holding backs. I'm not fearful yet. It's just interesting because it's in a developed country with open borders. Yeah, I'm not even following it, Derek. It's a waste of time to me, to be honest with you. Like, let's say that I would have never known about coronavirus this whole time. Nothing in my life would have changed. Let's say that coronavirus news never got to me. Like, up until today, nothing would have happened, And even for the most part, let's say I would have never known about politics that's going on. I think that my life probably wouldn't have been affected. I think these people don't pay it so much attention. Paying something mind, I think, is the biggest currency out there. Attention, that everything wants your attention. Everything wants it's part of the magic. If you want to perform a magic trick, you got to have the attention on one thing so that you could do something on the other hand. It's the sleight of hand. And also, attention could breed faith and belief, which, is very powerful. Look, everybody has faith and belief in the fiat system, or maybe not everybody, but the majority do. And it becomes real. It's not real. You can explain that to most, it's not real, but the belief in the system is. So the more attention and the more you pay it mind, that's, why what you're doing. You're paying to say, don't pay it no mind. Well, you're paying it with your mind, with your attention. So, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, so until I hear like, my friend's friend got the coronavirus, and it's bad. I'm not gonna. I don't know anybody that got the corona. I don't even know a friend of a friend of a friend that's got corona. So to me, it's just something I see on the news. So Silver hears anyone from that stupid virus. That's why they are misting the streets with fog and silver in it. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that silver does have some healing properties, but again, I'm not paying it attention. I'm not like, to me, there's other things that are more important. Showing Ripple burning down 7% from the last. Show Ripple burning down 7% for the last 7 days. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I mean, I'm not following the rips, guys. I'm not following the rips. But as much as I do trash the rips, I understand it's top 3. It has some confidence by some people, and there's a discrepancy between its all-time high and its current price. And because of that, the potential for it to go up is there, Of course, there's a potential downside as well. Maybe people stop believing in its potential. Again, the belief, the faith, the mind, the paying attention, the mind share is what really is the main currency, to tell you the truth. Everybody's just competing for your attention. Sir Captain Stick says, I agree, way more important things. Yeah, there is. I mean, even what I need to eat for lunch today is way more important than the coronavirus, to me at least. I got to make sure I'm staying healthy. My therapy today, my physical therapy, was more important. I want to make sure my shoulder's on point so I can, enjoy time with my family, my children. That has nothing to do with Bernie, Donnie, Corona, or none of these fools. But they want you paying attention to other things. Because when you're paying attention to those things, you're not worrying about your own physical fitness, about your own health, about your family's health. You're worrying about something that's happening on the other side of the globe that you can't do anything about. What can we do? Let's say it's a real threat. What can we do? Wear a mask? I don't know, guys. So we'll leave it at that. I know that the traditional markets are taking a small hit. I think the Dow and the S&P are down a little bit. But, as soon as they go down, they can go back up. And, it is what it is. The whole market's a fraud anyway. I mean, they're pumping nothing but fake cash into this market. So one would expect eventually the house of cards will fall down. But I don't know. It's gone a lot farther than one might expect, and that's due in part that people still believe in the system. And what's the real alternative? I mean, what is it? Bitcoin? Really? You think that it's just everybody's just gonna be kumbaya and switch to Bitcoin? And if you believe that, I mean, the difference in wealth in Bitcoin is more than in fiat. The discrepancy of the hodlers and the haves and have-nots are way. There's a bigger margin when it comes to crypto. Boom, Rev. I'm glad you're here, Rev. I bookmarked that book that you recommended about the Constitution, and I'm gonna buy it this week. But I found it and I got it bookmarked. I was checking it out, and I was checking out a stream about maritime law and how it relates to the law of the land, the law of the ocean, basically all the stuff that we were talking about. And I'm gonna refer you to this stream, because actually when I was listening to it this morning, I was like, this goes right in line with what Rev was talking about. So you may want to find this interesting. It's by Crow 777. It says, I lost my boat at the port of entry as lightning crashed. Just listen to this. I think you'll find it relevant to the discussion that we've been having. So I'm going to link you to it, because I actually was thinking, I was like, I hope Rev comes into the box today so I can share this vid with him. Kaboom. Yeah, check that out. This guy's channel is pretty hardcore. I mean, he's another truther channel. I'm way more into the truther stuff now than into the crypto stuff, to be honest with you, because crypto is like, it is what it is. Like, it's not, to me, it's not like cutting edge anymore. It was, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. But, crypto's like, to me, it's almost, it's feeling kind of mainstream. I'm definitely hodling, and I don't think it's going to go down. I think it's definitely going to continue to grow. But you got to admit it's not as sexy. And especially when the romance of the Satoshi story starts to fade. When you start realizing Satoshi is probably Santa, old Saint Nick, the Saint Nick of crypto. Bernie won't win. No, he's not gonna win. Seen Bernie praising Castro and stuff. It's funny. It's like Bernie's praising Castro. The DNC is saying that the Russians are helping him. It's a shit show, guys. I think he will. The general population. No, you think he's gonna beat Trump? Get out of here. There's no way. There's no way he's gonna beat Trump. But unless he's in with the state and somehow they rigged the whole thing. But we thought that was gonna happen with Hillary. I would rather got back to a tribal and barter system rather than maintain the current order. I would rather my future generation be free than maintain globalist corruption. There you go. I mean, there's some truth to what you're saying. The only problem is that I think most people don't know how to behave in a tribal and barter system. They haven't even been taught that. So, if you would leave the system, you're going to go into another system that could be more anarchy. And again, it's going to take a little bit of pain because there's no pain, no gain. But people got to relearn things. We should be thinking about thinking more tribally, tribal wise. Is that even a word, tribally? We should be thinking more in a tribal sense. And bartering sometimes is good within your community. Kaboom, let's get it, Team Champ. Shout out to Passive Crypto Show. I see you out there. So yeah, check that out, Rev, or anybody else that wants to check it out. I know we were talking about, the law of the land, the birth certificate, how you're registered with all caps, that being, your birth, being like the vessel, and it's all basically like maritime law. And what the video is trying to insinuate is like now you're lost at sea because you've been disconnected, severed from your umbilical cord, from all that was divine. It's certainly an interesting concept, and it gets really deep, but it's right up the alley of that book that you were referring me to there, Rev. I don't know, guys. I don't want Bernie to win, but you think you're really sleeping on Bernie? Trump barely beat Hillary last time. Yeah, but I don't think that Bernie. Yeah, well, I was gonna say I don't think that Bernie has as much support as Hillary did. But you know what? He had more actually. I don't know. I don't think that. Here's the thing. I think that Trump has more supporters now than he had before, because he hasn't fucked up. Like if he kept all his supporters. I'm going to be honest with you. I like Trump more nowadays than I did when he was first running. I was like, oh, this guy. I wasn't a believer. But, like he's been in there. And I like him more. Now, am I a fan of Donnie? No. Am I going to go out and vote for him? Probably not. Most people simply would not make it. But, hey, it's survival of the fittest. I mean, look around. Today we are overflowing with snowflakes. You're right. Yeah, most people won't make it. CryptoZilla, password equals freedom. There you go. But, guys, doesn't like your vote doesn't even matter. It's the Electoral College. We've even forgot about that. It's the Electoral College. So, the popular vote doesn't even matter. Champ, I will check out your link. Yeah, indeed, check it out. I mean, I don't know if I agree with everything that's been said in there, but it's certainly, things that make you go, and it's right up the alley of the topics that we were discussing before. Hope Charles delivers instead of abandoning the ship like Charlie. Yeah, I'm sure that, most people are hoping he does deliver. And it's funny that you even use those words right now, deliver, ship. It goes into the conversation of that video. I'm like, I'm on some other shit right now, guys. Ether, Bitcoin are maintaining support. It's all good. I know that it's not going to, I think the only thing that will be exciting right now with crypto, if it's shot up very quickly or shot down. Right now, it's just maintaining. It's like, the stocks, right? The stocks don't get that exciting anymore, unless there's like a meltdown or a complete kaboom, which it had been for a while. All of them except for Bloomberg are bad for the crypto bags. You're probably right. We know Donnie's not a supporter of the crypto bags, and I don't think Bernie is. I don't know how Bloomy is. with the bags. But he's another commie. Don't get it mistaken. This guy, I was in New York when he was the mayor, and like everything's a rule out there. It's certainly socialist. The guy loves regulation. So I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to regulate the Crip Walkers as well, if he even came to be. But yeah, I think that Donnie's gonna stay, and again, I mean, I would think that he's a better pick than all these other people. But that being said, it's like I don't care about Donnie, to tell you the truth. Yeah, Bloomberg's big time globalist. Yeah, that's obvious. I mean, and I was definitely there while he was a mayor of New York City, and I saw it. He wants your guns, yeah. I mean, and to regulate, it's like, what kind of a regulation is like you can't sell large cokes, and it starts with that. Imagine like that's the first thing. You can't sell large cokes. You can't sell too much salt, and it starts with the little things. Before you know it, you got to get in a line for food. That's what Sanders wants. He says, oh, it's actually a good thing, when people stand in line for food. And, the other day I heard it was today actually on AM radio, a clip of him praising Castro about, when Castro took power, a lot of people got re-educated. And guys, come on. If it's so hot, then why are people jumping on rafts from Cuba to come to the United States, guys? They're risking their lives because it's because you think it's good over there. You don't see anybody leaving the United States on rafts because of Trump. I think Bernie will win, unfortunately. The general population wants big government shit. A lot of people do, but there's a big section of people that don't. You got to understand, too, Derek, you're in Chicago. I mean, you're in a major city, Obamaville out there, right? So there's a lot of, you're forgetting about the rest of America's red. It's just the blue is just in the major cities. But, he may win the DNC, but I doubt that. I mean, I think Trump is going to crush him. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, he was on 60 Minutes saying Castro wasn't so bad. Yeah, come on, guys. It's them same fools that, wear Che Guevara shirts and they think that, Che Guevara was... Get out of here, guys. Come on. Go move to those countries if it's so hot. If it's so hot, then move to those countries. It's the opposite. You got people from those countries risking their lives just to get the hell out. Yeah, I mean, we know that the Trump administration is not crypto friendly. I mean, he's obviously tweeted against that, and it's not just him. I mean, I think his successor would probably be the same. Yeah, it's Obamaville basically, and I've never even actually been in Chicago, but I can only imagine. I mean, it's most of the major cities are. When you've been in New York, LA, I'm sure Chicago's got similarities. Most of the major cities are blue. It's because people flock there for free shit. That's basically what it is. They vote blue because a lot of these cities people are there for free stuff. Like in New York, there's free healthcare. You could be living in the projects, but you're getting free healthcare. Americans ran from England to escape Rome's taxation, yet Rome via London managed to impose corporate America on top of the constitutional America. Knowledge is power. Yeah, you got to watch that vid, Rev. It goes even deeper than that. It gets even like spiritual and everything, but it's right along the lines of what you're saying. Derek says Chicago's as blue as it gets. Yeah, that's what So you gotta kind of adjust for that bias. You got to understand, since you're in a situation that it's as blue as it gets, then you got to realize, like, all right, my surroundings are probably gonna influence me a little bit, whether I agree with it or not. If you're always around a bunch of blue people, then you're gonna get more blue perspective. But I'm here to tell you that the rest of the country is not as blue as Chicago. That's the thing. And I also was reminded of that when I left New York City. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I always knew, but sometimes you got to step out the matrix to be like, whoa, wow, it's true. A lot of people do support Trump. I mean, the best way to look at it is look at his rallies, look at the turnout. I mean, the guy's like a rock star. He's getting. I mean, no one's gonna beat him, like legitimately. Now, if there may be fraud or whatnot, but tell me this is not true. Donald Trump is the most famous person in the world right now. Right now, the dude is more famous than Michael Jackson. Okay, I mean, this is whether you like him or not. Like, everybody knows him. So, I mean, you're talking about the most famous dude in the world right now. And you think he's going to lose? Come on, guys. Yeah, red and blue is to divide the sheep. I've said this before too, Marlon. And I'm saying good things about Donnie right now, but, I just said it even in this stream. I'm like, I don't care about Donnie. I'm probably not going to support him. He never did nothing for the champ. Any major government's going to clamp down. I always said that guys from limit power countries can do anything they want in crypto. You're right, CryptoZilla. Always big government's going to clamp down. They're going to favor the currency that they can manipulate over something that they can manipulate less. So that's an obvious. I'm not even surprised. Donnie and most of the people in the government, they hold assets that are directly correlated with U.S. dollar, and that's what their bags are. They're in the fiat land. Why would they support Bitcoin? Other than, they know that they'll be able to surveil people on the other end. So I think that to a certain extent Bitcoin wasn't created to save everybody. It was created by entities like, all right, well, if this system fails, we have the alternative already set up. Like, remember, they always have they're like 2 steps ahead of you. Take a few more comments and questions. Check out that stream there, Rev, and anybody else that wanted to check it out when we talk about maritime law and stuff like that. So I may have to do a whole entire stream about that, maybe on DLive or something. Your tax identification number, the all caps, the corporation that's been set up, and even United States is a corporation. It's not the same in the United States that it was in the 1800s. Now it's the United States in all caps, and even all the cities have been incorporated as well. So, the corporation, it's not even a living thing. They don't charge taxes to their citizens. You're talking about St. Kitts. Yeah. There is some places that there is crypto-friendly states. Puerto Rico being one. We talked about that last week. I didn't know about St. Kitts. Big government can clamp down, but you can completely remove yourself from traditional finance. Most are too lazy. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that, Marlon. I don't know. You're using a phone. You're using, you got an ID. You're using the phone. That's it. Like, Snowden already told us. It's like everything has gone through that phone. They technically got everybody. I think the only way you could really unplug from the system is, maybe become a sovereign man and get rid of your birth certificate and live in the woods. That's the only real way. And even that, you're still subject to someone trying to get you, But I see where you're coming from, Marlon. I mean, I understand your thinking. Yeah, I get it. I just think that the problem's way bigger than just the currency. Like, you got a birth certificate. That's it. You're already. I mean, it's way bigger than just currency and taxes. But I get it. I agree with learning how to use DeFi though. Stop speculating. That's true. DeFi is. I agree with that. DeFi is decentralized finance, and we've been talking about it for a while, and I've been saying that I think it's going to be the sexy tag word of 2020 and beyond when it comes to crypto. So check it out. It's a way to get a loan without a third party. So you could go directly to the smart contract and generate a loan. So, for instance, you could use your Ether as a collateral to generate stable coins, all through a smart contract. So there's no entity that's actually, verifying your credit or anything like that. You put up the collateral, the smart contract will give you the DAI tokens, and then you could pay it back, and then it'll give you back your collateral. So it's basically like that. And there's a bunch of different platforms. And it's not only about getting loans, but it's also about loaning crypto as well. So you could lock up your collateral in a smart contract and receive rewards as well. Why is the Ethereum logo two pyramids in opposite position? Who chose this logo? Right. I mean, we're seeing these pyramids all over the place, and these pyramids appear in a lot of the space stuff. And that's why, you're right there, Avelino. I mean, you're seeing stuff, and I've seen it too. That's why I don't think it's here to save anybody. You see the symbology with a lot of these things. The pyramid's there. You don't need corporations and banks, not as much as you did before. No, you could definitely get finance without an entity. You're absolutely right, Marlon. Absolutely right. So, and I think that space is going to continue to grow, and I've said it as well. I agree with Marlon. DeFi, DeFi, absolutely. Salt lending is traditional lending with crypto. I don't know what happened with salt lending. I don't know. They started KYCing or something. I'm not sure. Kyber's booming too. I'm excited about the Kyber network because it's not just an exchange; it's a way to swap out coins decentralized. So I mean, I'm definitely attracted to Kyber. Let's look at the price of Kyber. I think it's one that I may even want to put in the portfolio. I agree with Marlon on that one. Kyber network. And I got it in our watch list. Did I show you my screen? Am I showing you my screen? Yeah, I'm showing you. So yeah, Kyber Network, because they're not only an exchange, it's like a way to directly swap. Yeah, and they're up as well. If you're the web without a VPN, you're a dumb sheep. Yeah, I mean, I think the VPN does help to a certain extent. But if they really want you, I don't think a VPN is going to do anything. Did you ever watch the documentary with Snowden when he actually had to go on the computer to reveal the leaks and everything? He's like, no phone can be in the room. And he says that they can even listen to your typing and understand what you're typing from the different, just by the audio of the sounds. So like, at the end of, in the video when he logs in, he has to go under the covers. And no one could even hear him type on the typer because he needs to quarantine himself basically. So I mean, I think that VPN is a good defense, but nothing is going to make you 100% sterile, and Snowden shows that nothing sterile. Rafterman just dropped me $2. Boom. Thank you, Rafterman. I appreciate you. Guys, follow Rafterman's lead. Drop some ducats in the bucket if you're getting some value from the stream. Jumped on Kyber up 140. Yeah, I've been talking about Kyber. I like Kyber. I think I may just, maybe even swap out. Let me see. Let me pull up my community portfolio because I'm thinking of maybe swapping out this KuCoin for some Kyber. Because, if you ask me, which one I like better, I would say Kyber. Let me see. Crypto coin count. Let me pull up our portfolio here and check it out real quick. And we're still looking strong. Connection, reconnection successful. We got dumped offline there. Let me know if you're still reading me here loud and clear. I just got knocked offline momentarily there, but I'm back green here on my side. Excellent connection. I don't know what happened there. But I was showing you guys here our community portfolio and some of the entire bag here of our community portfolio is doing well. We're outperforming Bitcoin A-OK. Now, I was expressing to you guys that I may want to swap out KuCoin shares for Kyber Network, okay, because it seems a little more attractive. So Kyber Network is up today, okay, but as soon as it's down, you may want to remind me, maybe Rafterman or some of the other boomers, Zilla. Let's do a swap and as soon as we see some blood or some red, I want to maybe get out of KuCoin. Is there another coin here we may want to get out? FTX hasn't treated us bad, so I'm going to leave FTX. And, you know, crypto.com is up for the week. Monero, Monero, I just got it here. It's more like for just out of principle. But, I wouldn't be trading and swinging in and out of Monero. Monero is just like a hodler. So I may just like dump Monero for the purpose of this portfolio. Although I told you guys, I am a holder of Monero. I don't have major bags or anything because I feel like Monero is the only true crypto. It's superior to Bitcoin as far as like fungibility and, privacy. Check out Simple Swap, like Kyber Network, but worth with swapping coins across many. I think I have checked that one out, Marlon, but thanks for reminding me. And I do believe that, I don't know if it's Kyber or 0x that they're also going to be, allowing swaps from different networks. Rafterman says, I don't watch charts. I'm driving. I pull them up, Rafterman, but, I don't live and die by these charts. I don't, There's some people that, they base their whole channel on charts and the indexes and the, different, technicals, but it's not really for me. Look at a Jordan Maxwell video on maritime law. I may have came across that before. It's sounding familiar. I will. I don't know if you just came into the box original copy, but I was referring revolutionists to this video that talks about basically maritime law and the port of entry and all that stuff by Crow 777. This one was good, and I just checked this one out this morning and had some concepts that I hadn't been introduced to before. And I don't know if I agree with him or not, but it made me go and I'll share. This is a new video. Usually I would share stuff like this on D Live, but this guy's on D Live, so I'm sure you could just find it there. But yeah, check that one out. I know this is aside from crypto, but I think Copy in the past has referred me to some good content, so I want you to check that out. Both 0x and Kyber work with swaps. Yeah. And we actually had a 0x in our bag as well. I like 0x. And this second round of YouTube attacks, all crypto YouTubers like Ivan on Tech need to quit crying and move to library. Or move to D Live or move to somewhere or Steam or something like that. I got a library account. I don't really post there because I like live streaming, guys. I don't, you can't really live stream on library. My style. I like to build with the people. That's why I've been attracted to D Live. But if I was doing more pre-recorded videos, I'd probably put them on library. Now, some people would be like, champ, you should just put the replays on library. And you may be right about that. Dumping like crazy, says J Par. You talking about the crypto? Nah, crypto's maintaining support above 95 right now. And then it's going down at this moment, but it seems to have been maintaining support for at least 4 days. 0x provides decentralized market makers to facilitate trades. Right. Yeah. We've covered that before. And we actually referred people to the Coinbase Earn program that educated people on 0x. That was one of the first Coinbase Earn programs that we spoke about. And we had it in our bag in our first community portfolio. I like it. Champagne, do you have any favorite book that you think everyone should read? The New Testament. That's what you should be reading. Because you can hear all the stories and you think you know the story. And, even if you went to church or your grandma or somebody, you're better off just reading it from the source. Not like, the Cliff Notes. Read the actual good book. I know I did in its entirety very recently. And that's the one that you should be reading. You should post on library and support your video with LBC tokens. You will get huge staking rewards. Yeah, I mean, if I were to post on library, it would have to be like after the fact, The thing is that the live stream is where it's at with me, at least. That's the type of content that I do. I mean, I do some pre-recorded videos. I have a few of them, more than I can count, obviously. But, the main thing here is the live stream. It's obvious, That's why D Live has been so attractive to me. Because they have that 24-hour chat box, the lemons, it's for live streaming. You get it? So, we've received some rewards there. I mean, I haven't cashed them out, but Yeah, I have library, and I have a few video. I think more than one video about library credits and library. I got into library at the very beginning too. When I started the YouTube channel, I think of like a month or two after I started this channel, I was already on library. But I think I was on there a little bit too early, and that's because of that. I probably left early too. You know. But yeah, I know all about it, and I'm on their mailing list, and they're sending me stuff all the time. Shout out to David. I see you, David. The boomers love live energy of champ in this chat. I appreciate it, Rafterman. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm gonna continue to do the live streams. I mean, because I instead of doing the pre-recorded videos with the high production value all by myself in a little cave, I'd rather just talk to the people. You know, I know that it's not as polished and it may not be as in depth as a pre-produced video, but that's, you know, I'll leave that for other people. There's just, you know, other people can serve that niche. Other people could serve that niche, you know. Shout out to Marlon, Muffin McPuffin, Jay Parr, and the rest of the boomers. With this recent YouTube ban, LBC will boom. Yeah, it has been too. It's been moving up, and I've noticed more people on it. And it's not just LBC. You got BitChute as well, and there's a couple other ones, Minds as well, and there's another one, 3Speak. There's a few of them. But yeah, LBC has been growing. And I said this at the beginning of the broadcast, guys. Because of these YouTube bans, it's important, especially if you're a content creator with a community. Guys, move your community somewhere else. And I mean, I'm going to continue to do YouTube as long as they kick me off, but I'm plugging DLive and I plugged Steam in the past. Right now, the rendezvous point for the boomers is going to be on DLive. And I've told you guys, if you guys want to talk to each other when the champ's not around, then make sure that you're posting there on that 24-hour chat box. I'm not going to do a Discord or anything like that. It's like we need to just get more people over there. And because of that, I need to crank up the content over there. I'm going to be honest with you. That I start here, I get into it, I get 20, 30 concurrent viewers, and I'm talking for an hour. And then, you know, it's difficult for me to tune this off, start a whole new, like, it's like, I'm already warmed up. It's like you're telling me to stop and wait, and I get kind of cold at that point. You know what I mean? So what I need to do is what I was doing before. You know, do 10, 15, 20 minutes tops on YouTube and move it over there to DLive. Apparently, they banned Ivan on Tech until May. Yeah, we were talking about it at the beginning of the broadcast, and I said it. They may take me down because I was affected in the first ban. I got a bunch of videos flagged, and there was like, oh, I was put on timeout, and I was like, oh, this shit sucks. But you know, before I even had time to complain or trying to review what was happening, they reinstated my channel. You know, so that's what it is. But let's see. And whether you like Ivan on Tech or not, or, you know, you think that he's using the right or wrong platforms, I don't think that he should be censored. You know? Right? What do you think, Marlon? Do you think he should be censored? No way. I mean, whether you like him or not, or whether you think he's shilling, let the man talk. Let the man talk. If you don't like him, just turn him off. But, you know, to be just banning the guy, it's not right. You know, so, you know, if Ivan's out there listening, hit me up, champagnecrypto@gmail. We'll throw you up on this live stream, and you could kaboom. And then most importantly, really, what all these tubers should be doing is moving to a new venue. You know, telling people, you know, Steam, whether it be Steam, library, you know, anything but YouTube. Okay, I know we'll be here, but you're right. Marlon's like, you know, at any moment they can just pull the switch on me. Most YouTubers are shilling leverage exchanges, ban them all. But, like, seriously, like, who's supposed to ban them? And, like, who's supposed to inform that? Like, you know, how about you ban them by not paying attention to them? That's how you ban someone. You just don't pay attention to them. You're like, oh, I'm not going to pay attention to that. See you later. And that's it. But, you know, to, like, censor them and, like, you know, come on. And, you know, I'm not fond of leverage exchanges. I don't talk about that, but, you know, I think that people should be able to do whatever the hell they want. If you want to be dumb and lose your money, or if you want to be smart and finagle a leverage exchange and kaboom, that's up to you. Could you set up another computer and run at same time? I don't know what you mean, David. Martin says he shouldn't be censored, but he's a moon boy, and if you are a crypto influencer, you should at least use decentralized blockchain. I mean, but again, that's your opinion, which I agree with. I agree with you, but even all that, like, should he be forced to use a decentralized blockchain? What if he wants to use a centralized blockchain? Again, like, we shouldn't censor or go against people that are not in line with what we believe in. You know, if he is you know, if we don't agree with it, just let him be. You know, if the ultimate thing that you could do is not pay it no mind. We're going back to the mind share thing, not pay it any mind. If you truly don't think that that content is worth anything and it's toxic, just don't pay it any mind. You know, there are a lot of 19-year-old gullible kids, but 19-year-olds are not kids. Okay? They're not. They may be acting like some, but they're 19. Okay? They should be responsible. Don't talk to me about 19-year-old kids. We don't need to save 19-year-old kids. 19-year-old kids should be responsible. And in fact, I don't even know why we're calling them kids, because kids are goats. Okay? We should be calling them children. But if you're acting like a child at 19, then maybe you should be losing. Come on. Champ, have you considered running both concurrently? I have. And I know that there's a platform to do that, Restream, but I believe that you got to pay for it. Maybe I should just throw the money and do it. LBCD Live and BitTube. Yeah, those are all legit alternatives. They have decentralized leverage exchanges. He should promote that. He should, but like, you know, but he shouldn't be forced to do. I mean, listen, we should all be, you know, praising God, but not everybody does. And we shouldn't go out there and force people to. You see what I'm saying? They're teenagers, which are basically kids. If we keep, you know, letting 19-year-old people slip, I mean, what kind of a standard is that? We got to hold people responsible. At 19 years old, you should be responsible. Okay, but if you're saying they're basically kids, I mean, then you wonder why kids are not becoming men, because there's guys like Derek and McPuffin that thinks 19-year-olds are kids. I mean, you know, 200-300 years ago, a 19-year-old was already a man. Listen, if you got hair on your balls, okay, and you're above 18, then you should be treated like a man. You know, and I understand some are not ready, but you know they should be. I don't have any, you know, I don't feel sorry for somebody that's 19-year-old and ignorant. You got to, you know, come on. You know, if you tell me, oh, he's a 13-year-old kid, he's 11, no, but you're 19. You could live on your own. You could, I mean, come on. I hear you will be able to live stream on LBC soon. Oh, that would be great. Yeah, we aren't living 200 years ago, and we've regressed. So, I mean, you tell me it's probably because we're not allowing 19-year-olds to be men. Get out of here. I'm not letting any 19-year-old slide. I'm going to be honest. If you're 19 out there, you better get on your P's and Q's. You better get on your P's and Q's. Get out of here. And is that really like an argument for banning people on YouTube to save the 19-year-olds? Do you understand how cucked out that is? Like, come on. Let's save the 19-year-olds. Come on. And we wonder why everybody's so soy boy out there, because, you know, you're thinking a 19's a kid. And in fact, a lot of 19-year-olds are actually acting like kids when they shouldn't be. That's right. Socialism destroys the family unit, and as socialists act and think in mobs, this system is as feminist as anti-father. Exactly. I mean, it's really what we're being bombarded with is just feminine attitude. It's a feminine attitude to think of a 19-year-old as a kid. That's like what a mother would say. It's like, he's just a baby still. No, he's not. He's a grown man, and we need to hold him responsible. Yeah, they don't need saving. They need to learn the hard way. Listen, at 19, you should already be learning the hard way. I mean, if you're being coddled at 19, stop it, guys. You know, may not be as strong as someone that's as 25, but you got to start somewhere. And, you know, if you're still considering yourself a kid at 19, come on. So, you know, I get it. You know, there's a lot of dumb 19-year-olds out there. And maybe if YouTube censored, they would be saving some from mistakes. But if they're that dumb, they're going to make a mistake somewhere else. Too much. It's like the whole world has been like infiltrated with just feminist thinking. It's like, you know, everybody's thinking like a mom out there. And listen, shout out to the moms. We need good women out there. But, you know, we need women for the children, not for 19-year-olds. Exactly. A 19-year-old man can go to war. It's okay for him to go to war, but he can't watch YouTube. I mean, come on. Like, seriously. Do you understand what kind of a female mindset that it takes to think that? And, you know, don't be mad at yourself, Muffin, or anybody else that thinks that way, because you've probably, you know, been corrupted, and it's okay. You know, there's bear traps out there. And some of us didn't know they were out on the field, and we went out on the field and we got trapped. I hear you, champ, but the prefrontal cortex isn't developed until your 20s. I don't know about all that. That's a bunch of, I don't know. The mind isn't linked to age, it's linked to experience. That's not true. I mean, to a certain it is, but the mind is linked to age. You know, after a certain time, it doesn't matter how much you've experienced or not, the mind's going to give out. Let's say you know, if you have a 200-year-old mind that didn't have any experience, it's probably going to run out, whether it had experience or not. I mean, there's a correlation, but you know, again, at 19, guys, I'm not buying the prefrontal cortex or anything like that. I'm not buying that. You may be right, Jojo, but I'm not buying it. And I'm certainly not trusting most of these people in lab coats. You know, there's the same people that probably told you there was going to be a hole that told you there was a hole in the ozone and that you were going to get cancer and that we had to stop spraying things. Whatever happened to the hole in the ozone, guys? I'm holding 19-year-olds accountable here. Yeah. Yeah, pain is the best. Pain, well, I don't know if pain's the best teacher, but it's certainly a good one, Marlon. Muffin McPuffin says, at 19, I was not a man, that's for sure. Neither was I then, Muffin, but we should have been. That's the whole thing. And I'm not saying that I was, you know, completely ready, but we should have been. And, you know, instead of being coddled by the maternal, by the feminine, you know, the paternal should have been stronger. But we've grown up in the age of Aquarius. This is all feminine. That's what I'm trying to explain, you know. That's the problem. You weren't a man yet at 19 because of this indoctrination. They didn't allow you to grow up. You've been coddled, myself included. I'm not saying that I'm immune. But, you know, we gotta raise the youth stronger. We got to raise the youth stronger. It's up to us. It's not, you know, it's not against up to the scientists talking about prefrontal cortex. That stuff is not going to save us. We need to do better for ourselves. And we need to raise the young men stronger. I want my son to be a lot more mature at 19 than I was. That's right, Marlon. I like that quote. A lion can't be a lion until he's forced to hunt. Boom! You telling me a 19-year-old can't hunt? Get out of here. Wasn't King Tut the pharaoh at age 18? I don't want 19-year-olds, but they need proper guidance. That's absolutely true. That's what I'm saying. We gotta raise them better. That's what I'm saying. We got what I mean by raising is the guidance. Absolutely. Prefrontal cortex allows you to see the future consequence of your action, but you could develop that. I mean, that's up to the it's up to the father to help develop that. I mean, the mother's going to do what they want, they can to be a mother, and that's to keep him as a baby and coddle him. That's what moms do. But the dad's going to tell him, it's time to be a lion and start hunting. Derek says, I agree. 19 needs to learn the hard way, but it doesn't have to do with nothing with feminine or masculine. I think it has everything to do with it. Fathers that are tough on their own are frowned upon by the feminist whore of a system and the socialist mobs, the systems and the snowflakes. That's right. Think about how children and young adults make a lot of impulse decisions without thinking the repercussions. Their brains are not fully developed. Yeah, I mean, like little kids do that, but at 19, you may not be fully developed, but you're very close. You should be responsible. And I think that, we could agree. I mean, whether you're 100% developed or not, YouTube shouldn't be censoring Ivan on tech to save 19-year-olds. That's the bottom line here. And I do agree that a 19-year-old still needs a father figure and some good parental guidance, but he doesn't need to be at home with his family. Like lions need to force their cubs to hunt when they get hair on their... Oh, that's right. You're right. But I agree with you, Jojo. I think a lot of it, it's up to us. So as a man, as a father, I'm not going to be like, well, he's just 19 years old. Let him, it's okay. That's acting like a mom. I need to be the father and be like, no, you may not be fully developed yet, but you need to start hunting. At 19, you need to be a hunter. We need to be better men when raising boys so that they are 19 when they're not. Exactly. That's right. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like we need to change ourselves. Don't wait for Bernie Sanders or Donnie or the next election. We're doing it amongst ourselves. Like I'm already starting. Maybe Derek has a kid or Marlon. It's already, these things have been in plans. Like, no, I want to raise a man. I'm not going to let him be a little girl at 19 years old. So this is how we end up Peterson says, rebuilding the man. We need to do it within the community as a grassroots movement, not from the top down with socialism. So we need, and it takes the champ, it takes revolutionists to say, you know what, stop being so maternal and feminine and start being a man. That's right. Marlon says he's 46, but he needs his father's guidance, but he's still... We're always going to need our parents' guidance to a certain extent. It's guidance. It's like, it's a guide. It's not you're not under their authority. You're not supported by them. Guidance is not direct support. It's not a subsidy. It's a guide, But yeah, I mean, you'll be, for the rest of your life, you can always get wisdom and guidance from your father and your mother as well. Don't let me be clear out here. We need the feminine. We need the maternal. But what we're seeing here is that they want to turn everything into feminine and maternal and delete the masculine. They want you to think, like Derek just said, it's not about masculine or feminine. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Censoring a YouTube is so dumb. Let them learn the hard way. And Derek says we aren't lions, obviously, but it's a metaphor. Derek, come on. Obviously, we aren't lions. We're not going to go hunt on the streets and murder an animal. I mean, like, most people don't got to hunt out in the wild. I get it, but it's a metaphor. My father was on his own at 18, but I think it would have been better with him for some support from his father. I think what you mean is guidance. There's a difference between support and guidance. Support is like, let me give you child support, like a check every week. That's for children. Support is for children. Okay. Guidance is for everyone. Everyone could be guided. You know, they could be subject to guidance. So, you know, your father guides you when you become a man, and ultimately the father of all guides us all. It's like, you know, it comes to a point. It's not just your parents. The father of the father is the Lord. He's the one that should be guiding you. But yeah, the structure, the ideal structure is the patriarchy with the father on the top. I try to tell you that the patriarchy is the problem. It's not the problem. It's the way it should be. But again, inversion and subversion is the plan, guys. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't noticed it, hopefully you can. They call it toxic masculinity while sitting in their office and safe. Right. How could masculinity be toxic? I mean, like, it's like saying, I mean, it's almost like an oxymoron. Masculinity alone is not what's toxic. I mean, you can have males that do toxic things, just like you can have females that do toxic. But it's like, you know, saying being a man is toxic. I mean, that's anti-nature. The inversion, the subversion is always anti-nature. It's anti-family. It's anti-natural. But you'll see it. You'll see it once you start opening your eyes. Our villages in the USA are turning boys into Frisco Queens. Champ, you're 100% right on there. I mean, come on, guys. And then you get celebrated and you get rewarded when you fall in line with the subversion and the inversion tactics. Look at Wade. Guys, come on. It's sad. I'm not even going to touch upon that because he'll touch upon it and speak about children and like that. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't talk about kids. I'm not talking about kids. That you know, I say we got to hold 19-year-olds accountable. Also, you know, you got to protect the children. There is a natural pecking order in the wilderness, and if this system came down, the alpha men would take over regardless of the lady. Well, obviously. Yeah, exactly. That's what's natural. But, you know, they don't want us in a natural system right now. I do agree with Champ that our men today are soft. You got to understand. So you got to ask yourself why. Why? And that's just a young man, Derek. It's not just a young man. You got the men, the boomers. A lot of them are soft too. They let the situation get out of control. It's not young men that I'm going back. I'm telling you that this subversion, it starts at least in World War I. And, you know, I'm listening to Crow 777. There's another one you guys may want to check out how sci-fi has been used to subvert and to keep men infantile as well. Sci-fi, comic books, pulp fiction, all that stuff didn't exist, and it actually was looked at as like, you know, if you were an adult reading comic books or back in like the 1800s, that was like laughed at. But now it's like mainstream, like it's like they're winning Oscars. So, I mean, perhaps the subversion plan can go up. It could have even been in the 1800s. Check this one out. I'm going to show you guys another video because this guy's channel kind of sparked me lately. This guy's got a good channel. And again, I don't agree with everything, but the Champ, I'm always, trying to get more information about sci-fi. Look, this is what I was just talking about. Check out this vid. So yeah, how sci-fi has been fooling minds to make them dumb. And in this video, they propose that it could have even started in the late 1700s or sometime in the 1800s. But yeah, just check that one out. Again, I'm not saying I agree with all these things, but it makes you go home, and it's time for us to start paying attention. and being responsible. Look at Ivan on tech with those tight leggings. He is a lady boy, but he shouldn't be censored. I don't think he should be censored. I don't. And listen, I think he's got an all right channel, and I respect his work ethic. You know, I don't agree with all his stuff, and I really, I really don't even care that much, to tell you the truth. But I certainly don't think he should be censored. So shout out to Ivan, and I hope you're not censored anymore. 19-year-olds are having sex, so they definitely aren't kids. Champ made good points. Yeah. We just let's hold them responsible a little bit better as men, as fathers. Maybe you're not a father, Derek, but you're a man or becoming one, and set an example for the young guns out there. Set an example for the young guns. I'm guys like Marlon, myself, we're older than Derek. We're trying to set an example for him, and hopefully you could set an example for people that you're older than as well. But it starts with us. It doesn't start with Bernie Sanders or your vote or what media you're tuning into or whether you're scared of the coronavirus or anything like that. The only thing that should be censored is child porn. Yeah, I agree with that. When there's blatantly a victim, that's completely helpless. I agree, Marlon. I agree with that. And, that goes into the whole thing that, government is to a certain extent like kind of a necessity, whether it's big government or tribal rules. And I think that, when you have someone intervening and like trying to be the enforcer of the rules, it should be only in very, very limited situations like the ones you just listed. Guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions. I think I've been on for longer than expected, guys. Another hour. I'm getting hungry. And I guess, and I told them, I know that, like I've told you before, I mean, what I'm going to eat in my lunch right now is more important than the coronavirus. Okay, I got to focus on the champ. I'm my own man. My dad loves Bernie. It's in his ways. I'm the complete opposite. I always come to my own conclusions. There you go. There you go. More ads with the Brave browser. Guys, go ahead and pick them up. Pick the Brave browser up. Get those bat tokens. Derek, did you get the Brave browser or are you dancing and prancing? Get the Brave browser, Derek. We're not, although we're shilling, it's legit. It's legit. And it's not about the $5. I'll take the $5 if you clicked on my link. But anyhow, I want to, get some bat tokens. Come on. So easy. Shout out to Derek, Marlon, Rev, Rafterman, Zilla, Bit Papa, and the rest of the boomers. Show the video. No, I can't show this video's long. This video's 53 minutes long. I'm not going to play the video. Do you still drink the bulletproof coffee, champagne? No, I'm not drinking it. Not because I don't like it or that it did anything wrong to me. Is that I'm not really following the ketogenic diet now because I was following it to lose weight and I got to my target weight and that's not my goals right now. But I do support. I think the ketogenic diet is effective. The bulletproof coffee was awesome. And I would drink it again. It's definitely tasty too. I just, to be honest, am I drinking it? Have I drank it lately? No. Slobo says Brave is dope. Derek says, yeah, I know I need to go get it. Yeah, go get it. Derek, come on, man. Like, sent you a bad tip. Thank you, Marlon. I appreciate you. Put the link of the video in the description. I just linked it here in the chat box, and I linked 2 good videos. But those videos, Marlon, they're more truth videos. They have nothing to do with crypto. The alpha of the tribe is the king, and the outsiders are exactly the outsider. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go eat. It's almost 1 o'clock, so get out of here. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow with the Good Crypto Word. I'm going to D-Live. So, guys, like Rafterman or Derek or somebody there, when I go off on a tangent here on YouTube, just remind me, D-Live, D-Live, D-Live. Somebody remind me to get off this damn YouTube for over an hour. I'm here talking my ass off. I should have been on D-Live with this. Just because they censored Ivan on tech. You know? So apparently he wears leggings. I don't know if that's true, but even if he does, I don't need him censored. The alpha, no, we read that. Once Southside Player Crypto says Bitcoin's tripping. Look at are you looking at the chart? Am I showing you the chart right now? No, I'm not. Look at the chart. Look at the chart. This is the 5-day. This is the 5-day. It's kind of sideways. You know, it's like, it looks like to be maintaining support at 9,500. David's earned 4.4 bats so far. There you go. It's, you know, whether you're getting, 4 bats, 5 bats here. I mean, if you're making an extra $10, $20 on your browser just for surfing, I mean, why not? Good day to you as well there, David. I'm out of here. I'm going to go enjoy my day, eat some food, and continue working on all the other stuff I need to work on. Derek, shout out to you. Marlins, shout out to you. Thank you. Let me drop a bomb for that tip. Drop a couple points, guys. You could send me a tip directly on the Brave browser by clicking right here. When you're on my page, click on this this triangle. I hate the toxic masculinity BS. Well, listen, and I've referred you to this a bunch. Critical theory is what invents the idea of toxic masculinity. You got to understand why that idea even came to be. It's because it's a critical theory tactic used by the commies. And they don't do it just with toxic masculinity. They'll do it with everything. Subvert and invert and criticize everything. That's the strategy. They're even doing it to Bernie now. They're saying that he's got Russian operatives now or something like that. It's retarded. I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to go eat. Shout out to Main Event, Derek, David, Jojo, Southside, Rev, Marlon, Slobos, and the rest of the boomers. Stay strong out there. It's the voice here, Champagne Crypto, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, your favorite D-Liver's favorite D-Liver, your favorite library credit streamer, favorite streamer. Even though I'm not there, I'm still their favorite. Shout out to all the boomers worldwide. Kaboom!